Hi, son. Good morning. This is your mom and dad, and it's Sunday morning, and we're calling just to see how things are going. I imagine your phone is off because it went straight to voicemail. So give us a call if you can when you wake up or whatever. And you are in our prayers today, and we are now heading out of Oregon, heading towards home. We love you. God bless you. Bye.
Hey, so it is September 10th. It's 4:30 p.m. and I'm still alive, which is favorable. And I still have power. As you can see, I'm still watching live stream coverage of Irma. And right now, it is in Naples, Florida, which is about 220 miles southwest of me. And for those of you who are not imperialists, when it comes to the unit system you use, it's 355 kilometers. So right now we are getting pretty good rain. It's slightly more volume than normal. It's hard to tell with the screen there. That's not flooding, that's the lake that's always there. I'll show you more. We'll go outside. Oh, here's the progress I made with the stuff I was showing you yesterday. Was able to organize all that stuff into 3 bags. They all have their unique use. And this is how my mind best works when I'm able to I guess consolidate and categorize things into how I might need them. So those are ready. Once I finished that, I was pretty much done preparing. And this is the food. And outside. And like I said, we have plenty of food. It's like 36 days of water between my roommate and I, and about a month of food, just in case power goes out for an extended amount of time. And that's how I like to prepare. Over-prepare. Because if you're prepared, you're not prepared. And if you're over-prepared, then you're prepared. So, hopefully you can hear me. I'm going to move this camera around so you can see what it's like outside. This is the wind we're experiencing. Again, this is 355 kilometers away, where the lowest pressure is in the eye of the storm. It's so crazy. Oh geez, that's like the strongest gust I've seen so far. And again, that's the big pond. I was gonna say small lake. That's the big pond that's always there, so that's not flooding. But I'm sure that it's rised a few inches than what it was already. I'm looking at that tree right there, and I don't remember if that tree has even always been underwater or not. I hope it's always underwater. So that's what's going on right now. I'll check in as soon as I can. The awkward moment when you want to go throw out the garbage, but at the same time, you don't want to be swept away by the most powerful Atlantic storm in history. That's me. So it's September 10th. It's 6 p.m. It's amazing how fast everything has deteriorated as far as the weather goes. Remember that tree we were just talking about that was like underwater? I'm going to show it to you. Yep, that's it. That's the same tree. That tree is underwater. Yeah, so it's underwater. So that tree snapped, so it makes it really hard to kind of gauge how high the water is risen, because that's the only thing I was basing it upon, but it's definitely risen. I checked with my roommate that the base of that tree isn't usually underwater, so that's unusual. You can see, actually all the trees most of the trees, not that one, but all the trees that were low-lying in this big pond are underwater. Actually, that storm drain right there, that's underwater too. So what we have another pond on the other side that you can't see, and where I'm at right now is the porch. It kind of forms a cove, so it's unlikely that I'm going to feel any strong wind gusts because the wind is coming from that direction. So I'm kind of protected. I also have this net here, which isn't like great protection, but it's, you know, it's better than nothing. And it kind of, oh my gosh, I feel like one of those branches is gonna snap at any time. That would be so crazy. Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, my roommate was saying that he thinks that all the ponds, I think there's two, there might be a third smaller one, in the apartment complex are all linked by the drainage system, so that basically equalizes the height of all the lakes. And based on the storm drain, looks like it's risen about 3 feet. So if you add up all the surface area and the heights of every place in the apartment complex, that's a lot more than the volume of these ponds are. So, oh, those are emergency, do you hear that? Those are ambulances, praying for them. If you add up all the heights and the surface areas of that exist in the apartments, it's a lot greater than the volume of these ponds, right? So just because the ponds have risen by 3 feet doesn't mean that we've had a downpour 3 feet. Because the volumes of the apartments are a lot greater, that means that the downpour has been a lot smaller than 3 feet. We definitely haven't received 3 feet of rain. It's just been all draining into this pond. Yeah, that's the look of shock on my face because the storm is like 200 miles away, I would say. In SI units, that is, I think, 200 miles away. That's 320 kilometers away, which is a really far away, yet we're getting this kind of wind. So, I'm not, like, extremely comfortable being out here, but I know that I'm relatively protected. So, the storm's still heading north, and it's currently the distance I mentioned away southwest of us. So, we have a ways to go. It's forming tornadoes, like, in random places far away from the hurricane, which is pretty awkward. And this wind like this, knowing that that tree already snapped, is one of the weaker trees, but we could be out of power at any moment. So I'm going to call it quits for this video now, and hopefully I'll be able to contact you back really soon. But I'll talk to you soon. We're in a great place. I researched this out, this apartment complex. I'm really confident about staying here, and God's protection and loving hug is awesome. And thanks to everyone who's texted me or sent me Instagram story or Facebooked me or called me, like my parents, and offered a place to live to stay for the time being. It really means a lot to me. So thanks for everyone who's reached out to me. Hopefully soon I'll be able to talk to you once everything's over. Bye. It's really bad now. Like super bad. There's that tree right in front. Holy shit. You can see the branches. It's really hard to tell how fast the wind is, but I'm still on my porch. And this is pretty interesting to watch. Oh, there's someone with the light over there. That's so cool. Hi. You can't see it, but over there there's someone with the light right there. That's pretty awesome. And that might be Brad, I'm not sure. But there's people outside walking, like, down over there, the sidewalks, and, like, down here. And I didn't know why, so I didn't know why, so So I asked my roommate why, and I was like, hey, can you help me understand why people are walking around in this weather? Since there's like trees snapping like every minute. He's like, because they're stupid. I thought that was funny. If you're outside right now, you're not having fun. In the distance, you can sometimes see like flashes of light. So I'm not sure if those are power lines or what. I'm gonna go back inside, but wanted to give you an update about what this all looks like. And hopefully we'll talk again really soon, or when the power comes back on later. If I didn't say, it's 10 p.m. and it's Sunday, September 10th. And the wind is supposed to get stronger from now till noon tomorrow. So for the next 14 hours, that's when the wind is the strongest. So yeah, I'm going to go back inside because it's more comfortable there. And I still have power, and we're doing pretty great. So I will talk to you soon. So this is going to be the last update for a while. The winds are getting worse. Like we thought, so much so that the power at our place just went out. I was actually out here observing what was going on when you saw these blue flashes of light in the distance, and power immediately went right out. And so we're going to stay inside pretty much. But this is really interesting to be out here and watch what's going on. I powered down my computer. And I'll be turning off my phone soon to conserve battery life, because I'm at like 95%, but just thought I'd give an update. It's like I think it's like 11:15 p.m. on Sunday night, September 10th, so I'll talk to you soon. Now that power went out, our roommate Justin and I are setting up to play Risk, because the 2210 AD version, it was his idea, so you can use, I think he said, the moon, and there's radioactive zones, and it was his idea, he had a great idea to use candles like this, so that it kind of simulates how it was hundreds of years ago, being like war generals inside of a tent when there's like a storm literally outside.
Which in this case makes no sense because it's the future, but we're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, it's 2210, and
they went back to candles because of the nukes.
Yeah, exactly. Because this is World War III actually.
Yeah. I think it's World War IV actually.
4 for sure.
Something like that. Yeah, that's why there's nuke zones.
And we had tons of candles, and he asked me like what scent I was feeling, and I was like, I don't really know. He's like, what about tropical? I can't even say it. Tropical punch, because of the hurricanes. Kind of messed up, but made me laugh, which makes everything better.
But also true.
It's funny because it's true.
It's like kind of messed up, but also true.
Yeah. So this is gonna be fun. It's what time is it? I think it's 11:30 p.m. on Sunday, the 10th. So want to see more destruction? So there's going to be more strain. And these are going to be uprooted much easier than if there was just wind alone. This is overkill though.